Hello Beauty Squad, it's your girl TeeTee. Welcome back to my channel of all things life, love, and beauty. I hope you guys are maintaining a social distance. You're keeping your asses in the house so we can get through this and get back to normal life as we once knew it. Boy, I tell you, this whole COVID-19 is really going to change the way we do a lot of things, you know, in the future. But you know, it made me think. I've seen a couple of ladies do this video. I saw Kelsey Brianna J do it recently, and I saw Morgan Taylor do it recently. And you think of the time that we are in right now, the present time, and if I had to just grab 10 eyeshadow palettes that I could use forever from here on out, oh my goodness. that would be hard. And I'm going to show you guys the 10 that I think I could live with from here on out. I mean, it took me a day or two to get through my eyeshadow palettes. That's a tough one. It really is, because you need to be able to, you know, pick, you know, palettes they give you that neutral look, they give you color when you need it, have the cool tones, the warm tones, spring, summer, you know, type of looks, you know, and then there's a palette, you know, you can use just year round, which tends to be neutral palettes. And it was hard because I, like a lot of you, have a lot of palettes. I just have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, so it was hard to narrow it down to 10, but I did, and I think I picked 10 that I could live with for the rest of my life, dare I say. Before we get into if I could only use 10 eyeshadow palettes from here on out, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You're already here, you're watching, tell your friends, shout it from the rooftop. Gotta go check out TeeTee, hit the little bell so you know when my videos have been uploaded. Let's get into this. There should be some surprises, you know, on here, and then there are probably going to be a few surprises on here. So let's get started. Okay, so these 10 eyeshadow palettes are in no particular order. They're just how I pick them. And since this one is right here in my hand, I'm going to go with the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. A palette that I don't use a lot. I tend to use it for special occasions mainly, which hasn't been a lot lately. But I love this palette. I think the color story in here is pretty. You know, you've got your purples, you've got plenty of some of that chunky glitter, some shimmers, really nice matte transition colors in here. It's a really pretty palette. And it's one that I could definitely use from here on out. Okay, first one. All right, no particular order. The KKW Cherry Blossom palette. KKW Beauty makes really good makeup, and her lipsticks are nice and creamy. Her pencils are really soft, nice and creamy. Her glosses are nice. This is the first eyeshadow palette that I purchased from her, and I was going to get the Classic 2 until she put it on hold because of, you know, all that's taking place right now. But this Classic Blossom one, because, you know, she's a very neutral girl, and this one had more color in it. I love the purple here, ooh, the purple here, that deep red that's next to it. The names are on the back, but it does have, you know, a mirror here. I reviewed this and I liked it when it came out, and this is one I use it. I don't use it a lot, but I definitely use it, and this is definitely one that I could use, you know, from here on out. I mean, I would try KKW again. Her products are nice. The quality of this eyeshadow palette is really, really nice. I mean, everything is just nice and creamy. I mean, she makes good palettes, y'all. Sorry. So that's, you know, definitely one that I would need. Next one. So this is going to be 3 and 4. Naked Smoky and Naked Heat. A lot of people didn't like Smoky, but I love Naked Smoky. Other than the original Naked palette, I loved Smoky, and I put Smoky to some, to some use. I like Smoky because I love a good smoky eye. It's got the grays, it's got the deep purple in here. It's got just enough shimmer to get you through. I really liked this one, and I know a lot of people didn't. I don't know why, but I did when it first came out, again, because I'm a sucker for a smoky eye. So I like this one. And Naked Heat. Naked Heat came out a couple years ago. I love reds and purples, love them, together a lot of times. And I just love the warmth of this palette. I thought Naked Heat was definitely a good one. I like Naked Heat. Now, I haven't purchased any of their palettes recently, so they're, oh God, I can't even think of them right now, but I haven't purchased any Urban Decay palettes in a long time. I can't think of the ones that have come out recently, if that tells you. I just haven't liked them, but these two, I really like. So 3 and 4. The Huda Beauty Nude, the ones that she came out with a few months ago, I reviewed this, and there were 3 that came out. It was rich, medium, and light, rich, and medium. I don't remember what it was, but I love this palette. I went to Seattle recently, and I actually took this palette with me. I love this palette. It's a nice palette. The ones that came out in this particular set a few months ago, this is I believe the deepest one, and then before this one is medium, and the other one might be light. But I really like this one because it's small, it's compact. You can just stick it in your your travel bag and be done with it. And it's got a mirror. Yeah, I still got the plastic on there, whatever, but this is definitely one that I would keep. I mean, Huda's eyeshadows, the quality of them are really, really, really good. So this is definitely, this is another Huda Beauty one. So this is a good one too. All right, top 5. Okay, so should be no surprise that I would have a Pat McGrath in here, and this is the Mothership 5 palette, and I like this palette. I reviewed this palette. I like this palette. Again, it's something that I use for special occasions. I love this deep purple here. I've reached into this deep purple and, mixed it with other, colors or from another palette. And I mean, I mean, you can't beat the quality of Pat McGrath. You can't. I mean, this white here, that's actually green, like an iridescent green of sorts. You can't beat that. And you can't go, the rest of your life without having something Pat McGrath in your collection. And this one would definitely be mine. I've debated on getting Divine Rose, so we'll see. It came back recently, and I want to try it, but we'll see. We'll see if it comes to Sephora, because I just don't want to order from her site. Her site is just a hot mess, and I just do not want to go, order from there. But this Mothership 5 would definitely be in my top 5, and in my 10 for the rest of my life. All right. Perception palette, a palette that I've picked up a lot recently. I love this palette. It's totally Shayla. When you see it, her second palette, Proceed with Caution, not as good as this one, not as functional as this one. Again, this is another palette that I travel with. You can get a smoky look in here. You can get a neutral look in here. This is a very versatile palette, and I think they still have it on ColourPop's site. I would definitely recommend this. I think any and everyone could definitely wear this palette. It is a very nice, versatile palette. It's got your warm tones, your neutral tones. It's just a nice palette. It was very, very nicely put together. So that definitely goes with me, and I travel a lot with this one. Brown Sugar. This is actually what I'm wearing today is Brown Sugar, and this is the Karrueche Tran collaboration with ColourPop a couple summers ago. And I just put on chalk here, just one color matte look all over. I went with this color here and put it in the lower lash line. It's a great palette. Another one that I travel with. It's a neutral palette. You can go from day to night with this palette. Very warm, cool tone palette. Again, I think a lot of people get a lot of use out of this palette. It was actually a really good collection that I reviewed too. I got the whole, you know, the whole collection with the lip glosses, and there were some eye products that I didn't use, but I'm actually wearing the gloss from that collection, and it is Fantasia. Very pretty nude. I mean, just this. It's nice. Small, compact. You can travel with it. Top two. There should be no surprise that my girl Jackie is in here. This palette, I've said it a million times on my channel, was the best palette to me that came out last year. I mean, talk about, I put this to use. It stays on my makeup table because I dip into it for one reason or another. I tend to always dip into ginger and edges and wigglies a lot. I mean, I use the other colors. Oh, and credit. Credit's getting some use, and I might actually hit the pan on that one soon enough too. But this palette, I just love this palette. I don't know too many people who did not like this palette when it came out last year, but if I had to have 10 palettes, this is definitely one that I would require in my makeup collection. And I hate that it came and went, and maybe they'll bring it back, because I would definitely grab another one. I'd probably grab two and give one away. But this is a palette that has just not let me down. I made a look for my birthday using this palette. I just love this palette, and maybe I'll do a couple more looks, you know, with this palette, you know, in the coming, you know, since we all have all this free time, you know, on our hands. But this is definitely a great palette. I love Jackie. I love Anastasio. The quality of, you know, her eyeshadows has definitely improved drastically in the last, you know, few years. But this is definitely a palette I think you should all have. Last but not least, a palette that I love. Another one that I can't get enough of, and it's another Anastasia palette, Soft Glam. Oh my, Soft Glam. Talk about day to night looks. I've put this to use recently as well too. Mulberry, I might hit the pan on that one. Sienna and Rustic, might hit the pan on those, because I mixed them with other colors. Was it Fairy and Glistening? I use those too. Soft Glam is the one palette I'm going to say I think everyone needs in their makeup collection. This is a palette anyone can wear at any time, any day. It doesn't matter. I think Anastasia hit it out the park with this one. I mean, there's been several releases since then with the Norvina palette, and then the other Norvina palettes, and then Riviera, and Alyssa Edwards, and Reezy. But to me, and I love Jackie's palette, and to me, 1 and 2, and they could be reversed at any given time. There's no two better palettes, in my opinion, than these two. I'm going to say. I think these are great palettes. They're curated very well. And again, Soft Glam is just the bomb to me. It's just a great palette. And I just love the softness of it. You know, you can do a glam look. You can do a non-glam look. You can wear, you know, some of these colors to work. I've worn Mulberry by itself, you know, a couple of times. It's, again, another curated palette. So these are my 10 palettes that if this was it for me for whenever it, you know, if I can only use the 10 palettes, these are my 10 palettes here that I would choose. I think it's a great mix here. And I challenge you to do the same thing in these rather uncertain, trying times. If you can only grab 10 eyeshadow palettes, which ones would you grab? And I'm going to challenge Marlo Keenan to this challenge because I would love to see what 10 eyeshadow palettes. And my girl Toyo, I'm going to challenge you too. I want to know what 10 eyeshadow palettes you guys would pick if you had just until the end of time, just 10. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. I think I did a good job at not saying you know, but I know Shannon will let me know. But I think I did pretty good. I don't think I said any, now that I think about it, but we'll see. Let me know what you think. Comment below. And until next time, your girl TeeTee is out.